Now, your Storm Team 2 forecast first. Sponsored by Akima Nastapula Law Firm.
Let's go out to Folly Beach. Literally, let's go out to Folly Beach because that would be the place to be. Beautiful. They're laying out in the sun. They're surfing. You name it. Right now, temperature at 73 degrees. Don't forget the sunscreen, though, as the sun's angle getting higher in the sky. 82 in Somerville, 81 in Walterboro. Down to Folly Beach at 77, 78 for you in Mount Pleasant. And as we head over to Wanamaker County Park, our weather station 80, the high there 83 today. And as we look at a beautiful sunset upcoming at 8 o'clock today, first time we've been 8 o'clock or later. Looks like it's going to be beautiful with lots of sunshine by 6 o'clock, 77, 67 by midnight, 6 a.m., 66 as we kick off your Thursday. Tomorrow could be the hottest day of the year so far. We'll tell you all about it coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes. News 2 at 5 starts right now.
Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 at 5.
A former congressman throwing his name into the ring to be South Carolina's next governor.
Tonight, Joe Cunningham is officially kicking off his campaign tour right here in the Lowcountry.
Plus, elementary school students who have struggled through the pandemic could be held back this year. I'm Lexi Moore hearing from school leaders of what could happen to third graders.
And new developments are threatening to demolish 2 historic graveyards in Charleston.
Tonight, we are hearing from people who are fighting to preserve history. News 2 at 5 starts right now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brendan Clark.
Good evening, everyone. We are glad you're watching. I'm Carolyn Murray. New at 5 o'clock, schools are working to make sure students do not fall behind.
It's a big issue. News 2's Lexi Moore is live at Moultrie Middle School in Mount Pleasant. Lexi, some districts are using state requirements to make sure students are at grade level.
Yeah, Brendan, I spoke with Dorchester District 4, and they tell me they've not seen a huge difference in numbers. However, I spoke with Lowcountry tutoring centers, and they say they've noticed more students falling behind and needing help. Lowcountry Learning Centers say more parents are reaching out for help for their kids.
These kids can't transition quickly. Kids that have learning struggles and ADHD and behavioral issues, they don't learn quickly.
Some third grade teachers question whether students can transition to a normal school year after the pandemic.
As our kids move through the rest of this year and next year, all teachers are be given the autonomy to be responsive to their individual kids' individual classes' needs and not be teaching by the book.
Studies show third grade students are falling behind across the country, but local school districts say they haven't seen an uptick.
We don't anticipate a huge difference in our numbers for students being able to pass SC Ready at the end of the year. Like I said, we've been working very hard with our families to make sure that the children are ready. The South Carolina Read to Succeed Act went into place in 2017. It requires all third grade students to pass state tests in order to move to fourth grade. With the pandemic taking students out of the classroom, Lowcountry school districts are figuring out new ways to keep students on track. We're going to make sure that we do some pre-assessments, see what the gaps are in their learning, and making sure we're providing tutoring or some type of intervention to help close those achievement gaps. Tutoring centers say they believe there is still work to be done.
I really think within the next year, we're going to continue to see more and more influx of kids who they're not getting enough through the school and they need one-on-one work to get back to, an acceptable education level.
I also reached out to Charleston County School District, and they say right now they do not expect more students need to be held back this year compared to previous years. In Mount Pleasant, I'm Lexi Moore. Count on 2.
State health officials are recommending everyone wear a mask while inside, and this includes while in schools. The Department of Health and Environmental Control is also exploring ways to get people vaccinated at events including festivals and near beaches. Right now, the biggest issue are logistical hurdles.
We really want to try to get the vaccine to where the people are, to make it as accessible and convenient for them as possible. But it still is a maybe as we try to work through all the details and logistical issues.
Dr. Traxler says that DHEC is still working to figure out the best way to get vaccines to all people in South Carolina.
And as of today, more than 1.2 million people here in South Carolina are fully vaccinated. That is 30.2% of the state's population.
403 new COVID-19 cases confirmed in this state today. The percent positive is 6.6%. That's up from yesterday, which was 4.6%. The total number of cases is now more than 480,000. Also, 28 additional deaths reported today, bringing that total to 8,337.
You can watch President Biden's presidential address to Congress right here on News 2 tonight. NBC will have special coverage anchored by Lester Holt and Savannah Guthrie starting at 9 o'clock. U.S. Senator from South Carolina Tim Scott will be giving the Republican response.
Happening tonight, a former Low-Country congressman is officially kicking off his run for governor, and that's going to happen in less than an hour. Joe Cunningham announced his run earlier this week, and he's having his first campaign stop at Tradesman Brewing Company in Charleston. News 2's Katie Turner is there live right now, and Katie, supporters of the former U.S. representative, they're already starting to show up.
Yeah, Carolyn, we're expecting Cunningham to get here around 6 o'clock tonight, and I've seen a couple people trickling in, a lot of his supporters coming out, and I'm actually standing next to one right now. Councilman Kylon Middleton is with me. So, Councilmember Middleton, did you have any idea that Cunningham was going to be running for governor this year?
I sort of had an idea because, certainly on Twitter, he was always sort of critiquing and commenting based on the incompetence that we have in the State House right now. And certainly it made sense that him running for governor at this time is the right thing for him to do as the next phase in his career.
And why do you think he would make a good governor?
I think he would make a good governor because he made an excellent congressman. He represented the first congressional district with distinction and honor. We know that he's effective because he got 2 bills signed even by a Republican president. And so we recognize that he was the most bipartisan member of Congress and most effective member of Congress. So he would make an excellent governor because he knows how to work with individuals to get things done. And that's what we need in South Carolina. Somebody who could just cut through the gridlock, particularly in Columbia, and get things done for the people of South Carolina, all people in South Carolina.
All right, and last really quick question. What do you think he's going to have to do to win?
Well, he's going to have to build bipartisan coalition. He's going to have, it's people over politics, right? And so Joe is the man who has united all in the first congressional district, but definitely can bring all South Carolinians together, regardless of party, in order so that we might then have an enduring, thriving state. So he's going to have to really build a lot of bridges, but I think he's the man, he can do it.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to be sticking out here to see when Cunningham arrives, and I'll be giving you guys live updates throughout the night, so stay tuned. But for now, live in Charleston, I'm Katie Turner. Count on 2.
As you can see behind Katie, a little breezy. It's a warm breeze, though, with south or southwesterly winds, pushing temperatures to the upper 70s right there as we're checking out Shem Creek. And you can see some of the umbrellas there blowing right behind me over at Saltwater Cowboys, where the live camera is located. It's 82 in Somerville, 81 in Moncks Corner, Walterboro at 81, heading down to Folly Beach, beautiful at 77. Should be a nice evening to walk around the block. Look at Willow all dressed up and ready to go. Thank you, Mallory Hall, for sharing Willow with us. By 6 o'clock, 77. By 8 o'clock, 70. Dipping only to the upper 60s by 9 o'clock. It is going to be a mild evening and a mild start tomorrow, as we'll see low to middle 60s from back inland, closer to 95, all the way to the beaches. Isle of Palms at 66. Elsewhere, 66 on Kiowa, 64 Goose Creek to North Charleston, 64. That's how we start. How do we finish? Could it be the warmest day of the year so far? I'll let you know in the full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, let's get you home on a Wednesday afternoon. It's Hump Day, and we're heading closer to the weekend. Meteorologist Megan James.
Hey, Rob. Well, before we get to that point, we do have an accident that we do need to deal with. That's on I-26 in the westbound lane, right around University Boulevard. Be aware that we do have one lane closed. Well, we did have one lane closed. It does look that it is back open at this time, but expect some delays as you do head north of the Holy City. Right now on the Mark Clark, we are seeing a slowdown over the Don Holt Bridge. Mount Pleasant looking great. The Ravenel smooth sailing. And if you're headed through West Ashley, expect to see some delays on both Mark Clark in the westbound lane and Savannah Highway, as well as you head out towards Johns Island. Your major evening commutes: downtown Somerville, 32 minutes. Mount Pleasant, West Ashley, 29, 18 the other way. Here's a live look out the door right now. We are taking a view of the 52 connector. Plenty of cars hitting the roadway at this hour, but the good news is that at least in this neck of the woods, we are smooth sailing, moving at the speed limit, but do not forget those sunglasses for that drive home.
Somerville's Police Officer of the Year, inspiring her peers and the community through hard work and going above and beyond the line of duty. News 2's Raymond Owens spoke to the officer about her busy year and how she spends her time in uniform.
The Somerville Police Officer of the Year also just happens to be a school resource officer here at Oak Brook Middle. Private First Class Jasmine Deese helped an older gentleman last March during an investigation.
And I was sitting there talking to him, and he was like, "Can you get this out my cabinet?" And it was nothing in there. I was like, "Do you need food?" He's like, "I could use it, but I don't have the money." So me and another officer actually went to Harris Teeter.
They bought the man food on April 22nd.
One of our students' mom found out she had a tumor in her brain.
Private First Class Lipsy purchased a Chrome laptop for the family. Deese worked with Lipsy to purchase a gift card for the mom as well. Then on May 10th, Mother's Day, she learned an Oak Brook student had run away.
One of my kids that I was close with here, and she was like, he still hadn't come home. And I was like, well, it's Mother's Day, and she was really, really upset. So me and another officer went to Harris Teeter again, and we got flowers, balloons, and a card, and took it back, and she was emotional. She was very emotional. She was very thankful. And I actually talked her son into coming home over the phone, and he came home.
June the 1st, a single mom's son needed to go to summer school to move to the next grade, but the mom could not afford it.
I'm not letting him stay back because mom can't afford to send him to summer school. So I was like, if you're willing to change, you know you want to do better, let's make it happen.
Deese said she worked extra to pay his summer school fees.
A lot of off-duty. I worked some off-duties, and, you know, actually I worked a lot of them. And I was like, I'm going to make it happen. It doesn't really matter if I, have to use my savings. I'll make it happen. Like, I love working with kids. I love being the difference. They come in, they're like, oh, I hate the police. I'm like, why do you hate us? And it turns around. They're like, oh, Officer Deese, I want to come sit in your office for lunch. I love being able to impact the kids, to make it. The image we have nowadays, the kids are just following along with, and they're like, oh, we don't like them. So knowing that I can change that and their whole perspective change of law enforcement officers, I love it.
Officer Deese tells me that becoming a police officer may be one of the best decisions she ever made. In Somerville, I'm Raymond Owens. Count on 2.
Next on News 2.
Efforts to preserve 2 historical cemeteries in the Cainhoy area could be making some headway. We'll tell you what community members and officials are doing to preserve the 2 cemeteries dating back to the Revolutionary War.
And here's our weather artist of the day over at North Charleston Elementary School. Say hello to Joshua Santos, who draws the school bus riding through a beautiful day there, heading on the way to North Charleston Elementary School. Well done there, Joshua. Hey, kids, make sure you send us your weather pictures to this address, 210 West Coleman Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, 29464. If you like, StormTeam2 at WCBD.com. That's our email address, so scan it and send it on over. Hey, Joshua Santos from North Charleston Elementary School, you're our weather artist of the day.
Community members from Cainhoy fighting to save two cemeteries dating back to the Revolutionary War. They say that may finally be making progress, that is, after a long, drawn-out process. News 2's Riley Benson joins us live from the cemetery. And Riley, members are expected to meet this week to discuss this issue and really next steps.
Carolyn, those behind the efforts to save the two cemeteries behind me say development in the Cainhoy area is threatening the grounds where many graves date back to the 17 and 1800s. Both cemeteries are right in the line of construction being done in the area, and now members of the community are rallying to help preserve these remains. They've gotten the support of Charleston's Mayor John Tecklenburg, who sent a letter to state leaders saying he's concerned that the development could threaten the cemetery. Fred Lincoln, who has family members buried at the site, is hoping something can be done to save the cemeteries.
To just examine the soil. It's not going to take any time to do that. We have the equipment to examine the soil to make sure that no house is being built on our ancestors, and we don't think that's much to ask of someone to show a little respect for our ancestors' graves.
Now, community members and officials are expected to meet with the developer later this week in hopes of reaching a compromise that would preserve the two cemeteries. For now, reporting live in Cainhoy, Riley Benson, Count on 2.
We are hanging out at the Isle of Palms right behind the Windjammer here with a live camera there. Temperature at 74 degrees. You can see lots of beachgoers. What a beautiful day it's turned out to be. Now tonight, also because we had the full moon earlier this week in its orbit, it's closest to the Earth, what we call perigee. So the tides, the high tides have been higher, the low tides have been lower. We've got a high tide tonight at 10:10. It may be running close to 7 feet, but with the water levels increasing a bit, maybe 7.4 to 7.6 feet. So coastal flood advisory is in effect all the way through about midnight. Now today is the first time we see that sun setting at 8 o'clock, as we'll add about 20 minutes in the next month in terms on the back end. And June 21st through July 7th, that's when we see the sunset at 8:31. That's the latest the sun sets here in the Charleston area. So we're enjoying all that late daylight, no doubt about it. Mid to upper 80s through Friday. Yes, it's going to be potentially the warmest day of the year tomorrow, maybe also on Friday. Slight rain chance Friday through Sunday. Not quite as warm this weekend, with 80s returning for you next week. As we take a look, that is, and check out the forecast this evening. 74 by 7 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, we're in the upper 60s. By 11 o'clock, we'll stay in the upper 60s. So it's not going to cool very much, and that means temperatures are going to really zoom up there early in the day. March, late March, 87 degrees. That's the warmest temperature we have seen so far. For April, 86, but we're expecting temperatures to reach the upper 80s both tomorrow and Friday ahead of the cold front. Cooler for Saturday and Sunday, and then rebounding nicely by the time we get to, I'd say, Tuesday through all of next week, the mid-80s again. 64 inland, 66 at the beach. Mild temperatures. The waning gibbous moon, still plenty of moon to see out there tonight. Won't come up till later on tonight, just before midnight or so. Borderline hot for you. 88 for tomorrow, 88 also on Friday. A stray shower, thunderstorm not out of the question by Friday. Also on Saturday, could see a lingering shower, but temperatures will be a little bit cooler in the mid-70s on Saturday, rebounding to 80 on Sunday. Heading to the beach, you picked a good time. Tomorrow and Friday looking pretty good, with temperatures all the way to the coast at 80 degrees. Hey, don't forget, this Friday we've got our brand new podcast with the College of Charleston basketball coach Pat Kelsey. He is very energetic. It's a great interview. Hope you can join us. That's released on Friday at iTunes, Spotify, and CountOn2.com.
Next on News 2.
Shooting for the stars. We hear from Olympic athletes about what it's like on their journey to Tokyo during the pandemic.
Plus, more rental assistance on its way for South Carolinians, a new housing program helping people impacted financially by COVID-19.
Going for the Gold on News 2 is sponsored by Cruise Chevrolet and Buchanan Tile and Design.
Shooting competitively for just 6 years, Austin Smith, a teenager in Texas, will represent our country in the women's shotgun skeet. And while her accomplishments may seem astonishing, Justin Surisey explains why her sights have always been set so high.
Shoot for the stars. So if you fall, you'll land on a cloud.
It's just that I've been working so hard for the past few years to get to this point, and just to be among all those other amazing women.
At just 18 years old and a senior in high school, Austin Smith qualified for the Tokyo Olympics in shotgun skeet in March of 2020.
It was a huge surprise. Don't get me wrong there. I was competing against the world champions, people who have gotten world records.
The Keller, Texas native's dreams were put on hold when soon after the qualifications, her world went on lockdown due to the pandemic.
It was extremely hard.
For a while, even the shotgun ranges were closed in Texas.
What we did was we do these things called dry gun mounts, which is basically we pretend like we're shooting around. We have our guns in our hand. We just kind of slowly go through the motions, kind of pretending we're shooting around. So it was hard not being able to actually shoot on a field.
Austin kept her eyes on the prize and the skies to stay sharp.
My coach has taught me, Vinny, we both say that our sport is mainly 90% mental and 10% physical.
With the summer games postponed, Smith says she needed another challenge to shoot for. So she enrolled at UT Arlington for aerospace engineering.
I mean, it's given me another thing to focus on since sometimes I'm unable to shoot due to restrictions or anything like that. It gives me another way for me to be determined and to focus on something.
With international fans unable to attend the games, her biggest cheerleader will not be in attendance.
It's been pretty hard, I will say that. I haven't been able to see my grandpa, which he's another big shotgun enthusiast like me. He was really excited for me to make the team, but ever since this hit, I haven't really been able to go see him.
Smith hopes at the end of the Olympic Games, looking up into the clouds in Tokyo, will come on an Olympic podium.
It's all about thinking you can do it, seeing the target clearly, and just believing, really.
And that was Justin Surisey reporting. Austin will celebrate her 20th birthday on July 23rd, which is also the same day as Olympic opening ceremonies.
Next on News 2.
Earlier today, dozens of safety advocates met at the State House to urge lawmakers to pass a bill they say would strengthen the state's DUI laws. We'll tell you what's in the bill.
Now, Count on 2, live and local in the Lowcountry. This is News 2 at 5.
We were talking during the break. We're kind of running out of things to say when it comes to this weather,
Well,
aren't we?
let's sing it then.
Yeah, it's just kind of
It's beginning to feel a lot like
I'll let
summer.
you sing. I'll let you sing all you want. Go
That's
ahead.
about
Go ahead.
all we need. That's about all we need. I'm sure this will be used against me somewhere.
Yes.
All right, let's get straight to the Lowcountry's chief meteorologist, Rob Fowler, to find out more about, wow, the big warm-up, Rob. It's going to be hot tomorrow.
Storm Team 2 rooftop weather, sponsored by Superior Windows and Roofing.
Yes, it is. As soon as I'm done, you're on YouTube, by the way. All right, let's see what's going on. Blue skies, double diamonds looking great in our rooftop camera, and we're all kind of planning outside activities again tomorrow just because it is going to be so nice and so warm. Let's take you up to Murrells Inlet, a beautiful look as we see over the waterways there. Right now, 74 degrees is the current temperature, and you can see the American flag is flying on the boat. It's been a nice breezy day, and that's a warm breeze with southwesterly winds, and that's why we've got 81 in Somerville, 80 in Goose Creek, 79 in North Charleston, officially made it up to 80 today, 81 in Monk's Corner over to King Street at 82. And as we look at temperatures here through the evening time, download our Storm Team 2 weather app. Mostly sunny skies by 6 o'clock and 77. By midnight, mostly clear and 67. And by 7 a.m., we're already off and running into the mid-60s, heading to the mid and upper 80s for most of us away from the coast coming up by tomorrow afternoon. That's why this could be the warmest day of the year coming up by tomorrow. Let's head over to the traffic center. Meteorologist Megan James keeping tabs on us for us, that is, this afternoon.
Hey Rob, we have an accident on I-26 in the westbound lane still. This has been happening for about half an hour, so definitely avoid this area if at all possible. I want to take you guys down to the Don Holt Bridge. We are seeing some slowdowns at this hour, but we do have a stalled vehicle on the Ravenel Bridge. But one thing I really want you guys to watch for, I-26 also in the westbound lane, just leaving the peninsula around those 216 exits. There's an accident, and you can see that back up there in the red. A little messy on Glen McConnell Parkway headed towards Beesbury Road. Your major evening commutes downtown Somerville, that's stacking up. We're at 37 minutes. Mount Pleasant to West Ashley, 29, 20 the other way. Here's a live look out the door right now. We're taking a look at the Ravenel Bridge. As you can see, we do have that stalled vehicle out there, but that's not impacting our flow of traffic. All of these vehicles that we can see here are zipping along just fine, moving at the speed limit.
New at 5 o'clock, families of drunk driving victims urging lawmakers to pass a bill they say would strengthen DUI laws in South Carolina. They held a news conference this morning to show their support for an ignition interlock device bill. News 2 State House reporter Jason Raven tells us what changes they're hoping to see.
The safety advocates say in 2019 alone, the ignition interlock devices prevented close to 2,000 attempts to drive drunk here in South Carolina.
And she would have been 16 today.
David Longstreet says he would like to see more teeth added to the law named after his daughter Emma, who was killed by a drunk driver at the age of 6.
It's so hard to understand why this is not getting done. And it's so simple, the statistics are there.
Now, Mothers Against Drunk Driving say newly released numbers show that in 2019, 285 people died because of drunk driving in South Carolina. Now, South Carolina ranks in the top 10 states in DUI deaths, they say. And according to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, other states have passed bills similar to S-28 and have seen a decrease in fatalities.
Essentially saying no to Senate Bill 28 is saying that 285 lives a year lost to drunk driving is fine. That being among the worst in the nation is just fine. That adding more and more pictures to the wall behind us is fine.
Now, right now, under Emma's law, some convicted drivers have to use an ignition interlock device in their vehicle. Repeat offenders, or someone that had an alcohol blood content level over 0.15. S-28 would require every convicted DUI offender in South Carolina to have an ignition interlock device in their vehicle, and it would increase the amount of time the device is in the car based on the number of DUI convictions.
I like to say it just takes good judgment, or it takes a good friend, or it takes a designated driver, or it takes a great public transportation system, which we don't have. But it looks like none of those have worked over the years. Technology may come to our rescue.
The bill passed by a vote of 41-1 in the Senate. Now, Mothers Against Drunk Driving say they would like to see the bill passed in the House before the end of session in mid-May. No meeting has been scheduled for S-28 in the House Judiciary Committee just yet. In Columbia, I'm Jason Raven.
Under the bill, the ignition interlock devices are paid for by the offenders.
New tonight, no jail time for Kodak Black. The rapper is charged with raping a high school student after a 2016 concert in Florence. Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Capri, had been sentenced to 10 years. That's been suspended to 18 months probation. The rapper must take full accountability for what happened and publicly apologize, which he did in court today.
I apologize. This happened. I'm hopeful we can all move forward. I wish her the best in her life.
Also undergo counseling. In 2019, he was sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for weapons charges. President Trump later granted him a pardon.
MUSC Health and the South Carolina Department of Corrections starting a new partnership to consolidate health care services for incarcerated people with the state. The agreement creates a secure, dedicated hospital wing for incarcerated patients within the MUSC Health Chester Medical Center.
A new rental assistance program for South Carolinians. We've learned $272 million will soon be available. You must fill out an application and meet 3 criteria. First, your household must make 80% less than your county's median income. Secondly, you must have been impacted financially by the pandemic. And third, you must face challenges staying in your home. This means that you've been late on rent, missed payments, or received an eviction notice.
Maybe you lost your job, maybe you worked fewer hours. Maybe you had to quarantine because you or a loved one or someone you had to care for was sick, or that you were worried that they were sick. Or maybe you lost child care, so you had to stay at home and couldn't work as many hours. That's a very broad definition, but some sort of financial impact.
South Carolina Housing expects at least 75,000 people to apply for rental assistance.
If you still haven't gotten the federally mandated Real ID, you have more time. The deadline has been pushed back again. The new deadline now May 3rd of 2023. Before that deadline was October of this year. You can get that ID when you get your driver's license. You will need a Real ID to board a flight or enter federal facilities.
A Pennsylvania teenager's profanity-laced Snapchat post and the decision by Manhanoy Area High School to suspend her from the cheer squad is now the center of a major free speech case that was before the Supreme Court today. Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon has details.
In 2017, after Brandy Levy didn't make the varsity cheer team, she posted on social media, F school, F softball, F cheer, and she took a selfie showing her middle finger.
I was a 14-year-old kid. I was upset, I was angry.
Her high school suspended her from the cheer squad. She says the school violated her First Amendment rights. The school district argues schools have a right and duty to regulate student speech in some cases.
Schools have to deal with this every day. They try not to make mistakes while keeping kids from killing themselves because they're bullied.
Mine wasn't bullying anyone, it wasn't harassing.
Levy's legal team and the ACLU say she wasn't at school when she made the post.
The fact that like 95% of kids spend much of their lives online is not a reason to censor it. It's a reason to provide even more protection.
This case could become the most significant ruling on student speech in more than 50 years. In 1969, the Supreme Court ruled that students don't lose their First Amendment rights on campus, and students were allowed to wear black armbands in opposition of the Vietnam War. But the school district says the same case allows schools to act if there is a significant disruption.
The internet's ubiquity, instantaneous and mass dissemination, and potential permanence make the speaker's location irrelevant.
A ruling in this case is expected by summer. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Next on News 2.
The NFL draft is almost here, and the Carolina Panthers have just made a big move in the quarterback position. I'll have all the details for you when we come back.
And here's our winds and waves forecast coming up on your Thursday. Heading to the waterways, a bit breezy again in the harbor. Southwest 15 to 20 knot winds there. Southwest 10 to 15 going offshore. Seas about 2 to 3 feet. If you're staying at Lake Moultrie, southwest breeze only 5 to 10 knots up on the lake. It's at high tide. We'll be watching for potential shallow coastal flooding at 10:10 tonight. 4:35 will be the next low tide early Thursday morning. You're watching News 2 at 5:30.
Here's a look at what's trending on CountOn2.com and the News 2 app. Stimulus checks boosted South Carolina's lottery revenue. A beaver spotted on a beach at Huntington Beach State Park. And a bill allowing college athletes in South Carolina to make money or other benefits from their names and images is on its way to the governor's desk.
Stay in the know on the go with the News 2 app, sponsored by Buchanan Tile and Design.
This is the Palmetto Ford Truck World Sports Desk. Come in. You'll get the best total deal on the new Ford F-150 and Super Duty.
The NFL draft is just one day away, and it seems the Panthers are making a little room for a possible quarterback at the 8th pick. Well, Teddy Bridgewater has been traded to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick. Teddy only spent 1 year with the Panthers, and back in 2015, he was selected to the All-Pro team. But after his injury, he kind of hasn't been the same. Since then, he's bounced around from New Orleans to Carolina, now to Denver, and it seems the choice is clear, and the Panthers will likely pick a quarterback in the 1st round. The NASCAR Cup Series will be making its way to Darlington on May 9th, and as the track gets ready for the Goodyear 400, the drivers are doing the same. The Cup Series will make an appearance at Darlington twice this season, as the track will also play host to the round of 16. And with each event, more and more fans continue to make their way. These drivers are glad to see the fans once again.
And obviously, we had a great crowd this past weekend at Talladega that was allowed to go. The infield had a lot of sales, a lot of campers and stuff like that. Even the grandstands looked well sold, and for the capacity rules that they had. So I think everywhere we've been that we've been able to open up, whether it's 30%, 40%, whatever it might be, they're selling to that capacity. So we know we can sell past that, and we're just not allowed to yet. So it's been nice to have the fans back and getting back into the sort of normalcy that we were all used to.
Low Country Catch of the Day is sponsored by Baker Motor Company.
And let's take a look at our Low Country Catch of the Day. This is Dr. Michael holding a redfish he caught in Charleston. We appreciate the submission. All right, here's Get Your Catch on the news. Send us an email. A picture of you and your catch. Right, the subject is my catch of the day. Be there from fishing, deer, boar, turkey. Doesn't matter. Just tell us your name, where you caught it, and how big it is. Pick one every day. Show it at the end of the show. Skin on after South Carolina. And as always, happy hunting.
Next on News 2.
A teacher surprising their elementary class with a virtual visit. Hear why students were over the moon. New tonight, a group of Greenville County fourth graders got a special visit this afternoon. Students in Myrna Hawthorne's virtual program, I guess you could say they were over the moon, with the opportunity to speak with a retired NASA astronaut, Ron Guerin. They were able to ask him about his space journey and learn more about the career. Guerin's message to students: never give up on their dreams.
Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, that you're not good enough to do something, that you don't have what it takes to do something. Because I really believe that anybody who sets their heart on something can achieve whatever it is they want to do in life.
Guerin spent 178 days in space, traveled more than 71 million miles during 2,842 orbits of our planet.
Storm Team 2 Rooftop Weather, sponsored by Superior Windows and Roofing.
I think we all remember, guys, remember Frank Culbertson, the astronaut who told stories at a gala, and we could have listened all night long. The stories were amazing. So certainly a perspective that we don't have here down on Earth that they get up in space. Here's a look at what's happening down on Earth as we look into the atmosphere, though. Blue skies, double diamonds going on as we check out another beautiful day. Let's head over to the Isle of Palms, and right behind the Windjammer, we've got temperatures at 74 degrees, that is, and lots of beachgoers still enjoying some of that late day sunshine, and I think a lot of us will be enjoying more of that over the coming days. 58 was our low, 80 was our high. I think tomorrow morning we're going to be in the 60s, so we can bump those highs up to the mid and upper 80s, we think, by this time tomorrow. 79, the average high, 93, the record going back to 1942. And as we look ahead, here's what we can expect. Mid to upper 80s through Friday. Could be the warmest temperatures we've seen so far this year. Slight rain chance on Friday through Sunday. Not quite as warm this weekend, backing off to the 70s, especially on Saturday, and then 80s returning for you next week. We're returning to a beautiful evening with 74, 7 o'clock. The sun going down tonight at 8 o'clock, so we'll get a good look at that. 9 to 11, clear skies in the upper 60s, mid 60s as we kick off your day. And let's go ahead and extend it into the lunch hour. Lunch outside alert day again. We've issued a bunch of these this month. It's been so nice. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, a lot more sunshine than clouds. And I would say by 1 o'clock for one of those later lunches into the 2 o'clock hour, how about mid 80s? So find the nearest picnic table, and certainly should be a nice day to hang around outside. 88 for tomorrow and Friday, kind of bordering on hot. These temperatures are running about 10 degrees above normal. Back to 76 on Saturday, low 80s then on Sunday and Monday. And you can look to the jet stream, the highway in the sky that moves air masses around. And right now we have a ridge that's going to continue to build in the Gulf of Mexico. Eventually that ridge will break down. That's why we kind of show you this dip, and that's why it is going to be cooler once we get to Saturday, and also a little bit more unsettled with the front coming in. Could see a few showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, mild under the waning gibbous moon tonight. 64 inland, 66 along the beach. The moon comes up just after 10 o'clock. Should be another beautiful look at that. Borderline hot tomorrow on your Thursday at 88. Ditto on Friday. The only change will be an isolated shower or thunderstorm Friday, and even into Saturday could see some leftover showers with a cooler 76. Then it's right back up the temperature ladder we go. How about mid 80s again by the middle of next week? As far as your beach forecast, with a water temperature at 70, air temperature at 80 tomorrow as well as Friday. More nice beach days are ahead. And the pollen count still kind of stuck right there at an 8 on our scale of 1 to 12 from Charleston Allergy and Asthma. The pine, oak, hickory, and pecan trees right now causing the most issues. You're watching News 2 at 5:30.